What's up, Grace Girls? Welcome back to another Conversations with Courtney. Thank you guys so much for tuning into these short little conversations. Y'all, I'm really enjoying this. Please make sure that you comment down below and let me know if you're enjoying these conversations. I'm enjoying it. I hope you all are. If you're listening to this, please make sure that you leave me a review and make sure that you're already following my podcast so that you're notified every time I drop these conversations. Today, I wanted to talk about stop expecting you out of other people. And this is something that I recently had to remind myself of. Is for me to stop expecting me out of other people, because everyone does not have your heart. Everybody does not have your desire to want to do the right thing. And different people come from different places, right? Everyone has a different background. You grew up with a different family. Maybe your way of thinking is totally different. And so we have to realize that everyone's not going to handle things the way that we would handle them. They're not going to respond the way we would respond. And I think when we internalize that and we really process that, we'll start to understand that everything's not going to always go our way, right? And we won't be so upset about everything. You will learn to accept the opinions of others without getting so angry, without getting so upset, without feeling like the person is always personally trying to attack you in any way. We take everything personal, and it's like everything can't be personal. Everything cannot be personal, because they may truly feel a certain way because that's how they feel. Maybe that's how they grew up. Maybe that's what they've been taught. And you disagree because you were taught something different. That is totally okay. That is totally okay, because think about it. If everyone was the same, the world would be pretty boring. Like if we were all the exact same and we all thought the same way, everything would be pretty boring, right? You wouldn't have like certain friends who bring out a certain character trait out of you, right? I have friends who are like, woo, free spirit, they're wild. And then I have friends that are very highly structured. And so I think it's good to have a variety of people in your circle and in your life so that it doesn't get boring. Okay? It doesn't get boring, but I need for you and me to stop putting expectations on people that you wouldn't necessarily put on yourself, and you wouldn't want someone to put so much pressure on you. It's like we want people to be us, and it's like they're not you, and that's okay. That's okay. You accept people and meet them where they are. And I think when we lower our expectations for people and stop expecting them to be us, things work out better. They just do. They just do. And you end up not getting hurt. You end up not losing a lot of people, because it's like sometimes, like the name of my podcast, you just have to allow people grace, because you don't know where they are. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what their life experiences has been like. And so I think when we take the time to really learn people and we stop expecting them to do what we would do in situations, we will get a lot further with people, and we will learn to build long-lasting relationships that don't just last for a moment, they last a lifetime. Those are the type of relationships at this point in my life that I'm looking to build. And I think when I stopped expecting people to do what I would do in certain situations, my life became a lot easier. Things became a lot lighter, and I began to develop authentic, real relationships, because I get it. We all have our own separate lives that we're living. And sometimes people aren't always going to meet your expectations. They're not. And when you put the expectation this high, it makes it even harder to reach, because it's like, man, just because you do all that doesn't mean I can do all that. And sometimes you have to sit with that and be like, okay, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm expecting too much of them. I'm not telling you not to have expectations at all, but what I am saying is don't expect people to move how you would move in every situation. Okay? Don't expect them to do that, because that's not going to happen and you're going to end up getting hurt. And, I think it's going to bother you more than it bothers them. And we have to learn how to be flexible. We have to learn how to be more accepting of others and their differences and how they choose to navigate life. And I'm at a point in my life where I'm just like, I'm going to meet you where you are. The energy that you give me, I'm not necessarily going to give you the same energy, but I'm also going to make sure that I'm cognitive of how you're moving so that I know how to move in the situation. And I think when we take time to really assess situations and really just look at it and be like, okay, how can I navigate this to where it's not nasty, it's not hurtful, it's not mean spirited, you're not upset with the person. And when you take more time to do that, I think you eliminate that negativity, you eliminate that weird energy that can sometimes be in spaces where we're expecting too much from people. And it can be family. Sometimes we expect too much from our family. We expect too much. We want them to do too much. We feel like, they should do this and that because they are our family. And that's just not the case. That's not the case. And it's not fair for you to keep putting that much pressure on someone. Okay? So stop expecting people to be you. Stop expecting people to be you. And just meet them where they are and love them for who they are and accept what they can give. And if you feel like what they're giving you is the bare minimum and that's just not going to work for you, that's okay too. But also to stop expecting you from other people, and then you won't go into something with the mindset of people are going to give me the same energy that I give them. You just make sure that you're putting out the best energy and that you're giving the best. Okay? All right, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.